Well, for more on this, our international affairs editor, Philip Turle, joins me here on set. Hi, Philip. So what more do we know about this explosion?
Well, as you said, Volodymyr Zelensky has been calling this morning for a meeting of the Security and Defense Council in Ukraine to discuss the damage done to the dam and the threat to civilian populations down the Dnipro River. We can put up a map just to show you in Ukraine where this dam is. Now, it's in a strategic part of the country on the Dnipro River, not far from Kherson. On the northern side of the river, it's under Ukrainian control. On the southern side of the river, it's under Russian control. And just north, you have the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, which is just where the large lakes area is. So with the dam now broken, that's going to drain some of the water out of those lakes. And there are fears that that could reduce the amount of water available for the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant to act in its cooling system. So far, the word from the plant is that things are okay and there's not much damage. But the arrival of this water en masse into the southern area of the Kherson region means that many villages and towns along the border of the two sides of the Dnipro River face being flooded. And that's why we've been hearing these reports that people have been asked to evacuate areas. Between 30 and 100 towns have been asked to leave their homes, just to make sure that they are not in any danger over the next few hours as those flood waters begin to increase. The big question here, Erin, is what is the strategic importance of this? What is the reason behind the decision to attack this dam? Both sides, both the Russians are blaming the Ukrainians for it. They say it's a terrorist act. The Ukrainians are blaming the Russians for bombing this dam. Remember, this dam is in the hands of the Russians. So it's difficult to know exactly what has happened so far today, and also what the strategic importance of this would be for either side, because it's going to make it very difficult for the Ukrainians to launch an offensive into areas that have been flooded, and it's all going to be difficult for the Russians to do the same the other side of the Dnipro River. So strategically, it's difficult to say what the importance of this is, but on the ground, the situation could get a lot worse than it is right now.
So you talked about the strategic importance or significance of targeting that dam, but how important is the dam itself to residents of Ukraine?
Well, it is very important for several reasons. First of all, if we consider the fact that those lakes in the northern part of the region on the Dnipro River are for a large part responsible for the water supply in southern Ukraine, and in Crimea, above all, which is under Russian control and has been since 2014. So that could lead to shortages of water supplies for the people in the southern part of Ukraine and also in Crimea. So that is bad news for them. This would also, as I was saying, lead to possibly a fall in the supply of water for the cooling system of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. This has been a constant battle over weeks and months between the International Atomic Energy Agency and Russia over the protection of this nuclear plant, which is in danger of causing a nuclear spill if it is damaged. This is once again another threat to that. There have been previous threats with electrical breakdowns, turbines not working properly, and a threat of a meltdown of that nuclear plant if the water supply is cut short. So this has stacked up the worries again that something else could happen there. And also the threat of flooding further down the Dnipro River, as I was saying, if this flooding gets out of hand. So it is a difficult situation. 5 of the 6 dams are under control in Ukraine by the Ukrainian authorities. This is the only one, the one which has been attacked, which is under the control of the Russians.
Philip Turle, thank you very much. We will certainly be keeping an eye on that situation as it is developing quite rapidly.